What's up, guys? Welcome back to another episode of the Cervantes podcast. Joining me today to discuss the importance of Black female entrepreneurship, financial literacy, and her very own business, Edna Oks, is YouTuber, influencer, biology, and health science major studying at Stony Brook University, and CEO Edna Okang. How are you doing, Edna?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. Thank you for being here. All right. Edna, why was it important to you to become an entrepreneur?
Honestly, I never thought that I would be like my own business owner. Like this is not something like I dreamed of. I know a lot of people have dreams of like, I don't know, becoming business owners. But I realized as getting older, it's important to be your own boss. It's important to be able to do what you want when you want and be able to say you can. Like a big pet peeve of mine is people saying they can't, because I personally think that if you put your mind to anything, you can really do anything. And that was part of the reason I wanted to start a business, because I saw so many people starting businesses, so many people inspired me with their businesses. And I always wondered to myself, can I do this? Like, I don't know, it's hard. And the like me questioning myself like that was something that motivated me to start my own business.
That is so dope. That is so dope. And I think that things always seem harder before you do it, but then you
Yes.
have to like do it and like commit to it, and it's like, oh, like, yes, this might be a little bit difficult, but like I was able to do it, and like look at how far I've come. I think that's really dope, given that like you are so young. But if so many other people can do it with before us, especially like in before social media can start business,
Yeah.
why can't we?
When things were
um
way harder. Yes, definitely.
right. What slash, or maybe you're already into this. I was gonna say, what slash who inspired you to start your own business?
I would say honestly, all of my friends, because, all right, so this might sound funny, but one of my pet peeves is another pet peeve I have. I know I have so many pet peeves, is I hate or I really dislike business owners that are not professional. Like
Mm.
I'm a big believer of supporting a lot of small businesses. Like almost all my friends have their own small businesses, whether it be really big and legal or whether it be small. And one of the things that made me want to do it is because I would see things that people would do that I wouldn't like. And I'd be like, oh man, as a business owner, you shouldn't do that. Or, oh my gosh,
Mm.
that's so unprofessional. If I were to do it, I would do it this way, or I would do that this way. And like it just like constantly happened like that, like me always saying, well, I would do it this way, or this is how I would do it. And I kept saying it. I was like, wait, why don't I just do it myself? And then another big thing is like I hate people that have, I don't hate people, but I hate when people have businesses that it seems like they're not passionate about. Like it seems like they don't really care
Mm.
about. And I was like, well, what am I really passionate about? What do I like to do? And I was like, well, I like to go to the beach. I was like, okay. So I like swimwear. I like bathing suits. In the past, I would always promote for other people's businesses. I go to the beach a lot, not as much this summer yet because the weather has been like up and down. But I was like, wow, I'm really passionate about going to the beach, as funny as it might seem. So I was like, okay, I would do swimwear because that's something I'm passionate about, going to the beach, relaxing.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you why swimwear. So okay, you really like going to the beach. I think that's
I really
dope.
love the beach. That's part of the reason why I chose to go to Stony Brook, because it's in Long Island near all the beaches.
Right. Was it hard figuring out like to do swimwear as opposed to just doing clothes, if that makes sense?
I feel like with swimwear, there's a lot of technicalities that come into it compared to clothing. Because if
Okay.
somebody's selling a shirt, they're selling a shirt. But when you're selling swimwear, you're selling a top piece and a bottom piece. You have to make sure the quality is really good, because you can't have people in swimwear that like is not good, because swimwear is categorized as intimate clothing. You have to make sure everything is sanitized, it's properly packaged. It's not like a shirt that you can just package up and like send it to somewhere. There's like specific guidelines that
I
have to
didn't know
go
that. Okay.
somewhere. And like there's a lot of I don't know, quality issues, because you don't want somebody to have swimwear that's like see-through or not good quality.
Right.
You get into the water, like it creates a problem. So it's just
Right.
little things and little specificalities that swimwear has that other clothing does not have. Yes.
I
And
really didn't know
also a
that.
really big problem is finding I think you're gonna ask me this question later, but
Okay.
finding swimwear that is I don't know, really inclusive, which is very important to me. But a lot of manufacturers do not like supply the resources for that now. So it's like doing a lot of research. You can find more manufacturers or more help for getting like regular clothing than for swimwear. It's like you have less of a, I don't know, less of a research opportunity for your business when it comes to swimwear.
Okay. And I think, like you said before, I think that's really dope that you found something that you're passionate about. And
Mhm.
that you said that like you don't like when other people aren't passionate about their business and that
Yes,
you
I feel like you
are.
can see right through that sometimes, you know? Well, I'm
If
not
you're
like,
not your biggest fan, I think you said this in one of your videos, and I was like, wow, like that really clicked. If you're not your biggest fan, if you're not promoting yourself, no one else is gonna do it for you. You're
yes.
your own owner. You don't have a co-owner, so that's
Mhm.
so true. Savage X Fenty, a lingerie line founded back in 2018 by businesswoman and singer Rihanna, has become a rising star by doing exactly what Victoria's Secret refused to do. Savage X Fenty has a diverse cast of models who represent a variety of races, gender identities, and sizes, making the company's diversity feel effortless, not forced. Rihanna herself said, no matter what their race or religion is, I want women to feel confident and sexy because that's who we are and we deserve to feel like that. Why is it important to you that your brand is inclusive of all sizes?
So this goes back to what I was mentioning before about how it's difficult when it comes to swimwear because a lot of manufacturers are not like all inclusive, but also just because I go to the beach a lot and because I'm passionate about, swimwear, going to the beach wearing swimsuits, like being around a lot of my friends, a lot of the issues they would have is, oh my gosh, like I brought this small swimsuit, but the bottom fits and the top doesn't. Or I bought this medium swimsuit, the top fits, the bottom doesn't. Like it's always like it's very difficult because shopping at a lot of bigger brands, which is surprising because they have the resources to be more inclusive, they only let you buy a small, a medium, or a
Wow.
large. They don't let you mix and match your sizes, which is another reason why I wanted to start a business because I was like, they do it this way, but this is how I would do it, you know? And
Right.
I just think it's important because then a lot of people have to end up buying multiple pairs. Like they have to buy one small set and one medium set because the small doesn't fit their whole bodies. Like everybody's body is different. Just because I'm small on the bottom doesn't mean I'm small on the top, you know? And that's
Right.
the same case with a lot of women. And I feel like in society nowadays, they just assume that, okay, if you're a small top, you're a small bottom. If you're a medium top, you're a medium bottom. It's like people's bodies are so much different. And it's really surprising that these bigger brands have not like come to accept that it's so hard. And then on top of that, the brands that do let you mix and match your sizes, they don't sell the swimwear sets. So you have women having to end up buying a $50 swimsuit top and then a $50 swimsuit bottom just because they had to mix and match the sizes, which isn't fair, you know? I feel like it's kind of punishing. Like you're punishing women for being different bodies. Like now we have to pay more just because we can't buy a singular set. We have to pay more to like, it's punishing. It's like saying, well, because you're different or your body's not up to society's standards, now you have to pay more to just wear something that somebody else could pay so much less for, you know?
Right. It's not one size fits all. And as a guy, I had no idea. I think people think like, oh, just get a small, get a medium, get a look, kind of like how we
Mhm.
do with trunks,
Yeah.
or like just clothes in general. But that's very true. I think there's different body types and not not every size is gonna fit every person. And you shouldn't stop at like small or stop at medium because there are plus size people, thick people. So yeah, that's very true. And I think um I really respect that you took the extra mile being a small business owner who doesn't have as much resources as a Savage X Fenty, or I'm trying to think of swimwear people, but swimwear
Mhm.
lines, you took the extra step to be inclusive, and I think that's really dope because more regular people and big names should do the same. So I
Yeah.
agree with that.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course. Starting your own business and building generational wealth is not easy to say the least. According to a 2020 Business Insider article by Tanza Ludenbach, due to centuries of racism and structural inequities in the US, the typical Black family has just 8.6% of the wealth of the typical white family, according to a 2016 estimate from the Brookings Institution. Without substantial and widespread change, the racial wealth gap will only deepen. I wanted to ask you, have you gained a vast amount of knowledge regarding financial literacy in your journey as an entrepreneur? Also, why is financial literacy so necessary for the Black community to understand and learn?
Yes, I would say I gained a lot of financial literacy because before I started my business, there was a lot of research that I needed to do, mostly because I feel like a lot of people do not put emphasis on how serious taxes are for small businesses. And it ends up like hurting you in the long run. So I was doing a lot of research, speaking to a lot of experts, even before starting my businesses, there were fees I literally had to pay the state or the government to apply to be a legal
Wow.
business. Yes. There's little things that people don't, they think like when it comes to owning a business, it's not like you can just start your business. You have to pay fees. There's sales taxes. So the prices of my swimsuits, like as cheap as I want them to be, I still owe the government money. There's like little things every quarter.
Wow.
Actually, my first quarter is coming up June 20th. And it's like every quarter you have to pay the state and your county, whatever county you live in, money
That
from
is
your
so
business.
great. I didn't know that. Wow.
So you have the sales tax and then you have regular taxes when tax season comes around. And I found that I literally will sit here once a month. I save all my receipts, how much I've spent to start my business, how much money I've gotten from my business. You have to write down how your gross income, everything. You have to, I said, okay, I spent $50 on shipping this month. I spent $20 on like utilities this month. I spent like five
It's kind
dollars
of
on
like when you're applying to fast food, just much more in detail.
yes, way more in detail. You have to save
Wow.
all your receipts as proof. And people don't understand that the IRS does not play when it comes to their money. So it's like,
No, there's some
you have to
notable
really
people that we all know that have gone to
have,
jail or gotten in big trouble because they don't pay their taxes.
it's
That's very
called
true.
bookkeeping. And you literally, it's like a second job because people literally get paid to bookkeep for other people's businesses.
Is
But
that kind of like accounting?
yeah,
Okay.
something I had to learn. I had to learn how to use Excel, like how to everything. So
Yeah, I
yeah,
saw you you posted like an Excel sheet on your Instagram story once and I was like,
that's
wow, like she
it
has
was
to do
like
that
one of my
all the
first.
time.
Yes, every single month. I at least I try to do it every single month to keep everything like organized. I'm kind of behind because I have to do May's expenses.
And it's
Um
just you. And I was gonna ask you later, if you would ever get like an assistant or someone to help you out with that. Because that's a lot for one
honestly,
person to do.
yeah, honestly, I don't know. Like being a small business owner, I kind of as stressed out as I do get, um, I kind of want to do things on my own. I'm
Not even
really
that. I'm
big.
still learning on my own, you know?
Okay.
Like I'm
Okay.
still learning on my own. In the future, let's say if my business ends up getting way bigger and it's like I can't like um juggle everything that's in my life, then maybe I would like hire an assistant or hire people to help me. I do
Okay.
in a way feel like I do have people that help me because a lot of my friends, like for the modeling or for like ideas or inspiration, I speak to them, they help me, you know, and it's kind of like a
Right.
collective things. I support my friends' businesses, they support mine. So I don't feel like I'm hiring people. I just feel like I'm conversating with friends, you
Oh,
know?
I like that. Okay. I like that. Because they are your friends. It's not like some random person that
Yeah.
applied. Yeah,
Mhm.
I like that. That's what's up. On an episode of The Real Daytime back in 2018, Emmy Award-winning talk show host and actress Tamara Mori Housley told her co-host, "My mom taught Tia and I the importance of investing your money, making money off your money. When people hear about investing, they think you have to invest a lot of money to get a lot back. No, just start small. That's one of the reasons why my sister and I are still doing pretty okay for ourselves. Do you believe in the power of investing?"
I really do, but I'm big on not doing things I have not done enough research on. And I've been trying to invest. I have the money to invest as well, but I want to invest in something that I've done research on, you know? I don't want to just start like I just need to get my life together. I do want to
Right,
invest in the future and have like multiple investments. I feel like I did like invest in my business pretty well because I did the spreadsheets for that the other day and realized how much money I spent to just get my business up and running. But like investing in the sense of, I'm guessing you're talking about like stocks and other things like that, right?
yes, like I keep hearing about Bitcoin and Dogecoin and all this stuff,
Yes,
and I'm
I
like,
definitely
do I
want
need to get
to.
on that?
Mhm. Yeah, it's like, yeah, you hear about these things, you're like, oh my gosh, I want to go, like, I want to get on that. I need to do it. But it's like, where do I start? What's good to
Right,
invest in? I don't want to be like, okay, everybody's investing in this, so I have to do it. I don't like doing that. I like to be like, okay, why are people doing this? Do I think personally that it's a good idea? And then go
right.
from there.
Because I also don't want to invest in cryptocurrency and all that stuff, and then like something happens and I get in trouble. Like I don't, So like you
Yeah,
said, it's important
definitely.
to do your research and not just be a follower. Because
Hmm.
on the internet, it's a lot going on.
Yes,
So
definitely all the time.
yes. As a Black woman, I'm sure it can be difficult sometimes being taken seriously. As a CEO of your own business, has it been challenging for you to be taken seriously at all?
I feel like by my peers. And when I said my peers, like people who follow me and stuff, they take me seriously because they've seen me grown from like what I used to be to like where I am now, I guess, on social media. Obviously not that big, but it's been a big improvement over the past couple of years. Like if I say, I'm the type of person, if I say I'm going to do something, they know I'm going to do it. Like I said, okay, I want to start a
Mm,
YouTube channel, started it, you know. Oh, I want to
yes.
start a business, started it, you know. I would say it's hard for um social medias to take me seriously. I just got into this big thing with TikTok the other day because they were really irritating me being a
Oh,
Black business owner. Yes, I had to actually, let me put you on about this. So I've been trying to post content for my business. As everybody knows, TikTok is really big for content growth and stuff. And I realized that TikTok was shadow banning me. And the way I realized is I have my business page and I have my personal page. I've had my
okay.
personal page for a while. I posted a video on my personal page. It went up fine. It didn't do well, but it went up. It was posted in less than like a minute, whatever. I
Mhm.
posted the same exact video on my business page, which is actually a business page on TikTok. I've registered it as a business page. They wouldn't let me post it. They said
What?
community guidelines. And I was like, I reported it. I was like, I posted the same exact video on my personal page, but when I posted on my business page, you won't let me post it. Reported it, nobody got back to me. There was another video I tried to post, they said community guidelines, wouldn't let me post it. I reported it. I was like, there's nothing wrong with this video. I see so many other businesses. There's other swimwear businesses I follow because, you know, obviously I want to know like
Right.
what's in the like now, you know. Their videos are fine posted. Obviously they're not the same color as me. But their videos get posted, their
Oh,
videos are worse and they let it go. Then recently I was so upset because it actually takes me a really long time to make like content for my like for my social medias. It takes me a
right.
while to actually make the content. Posted a video, they set community guidelines, and it literally, I don't know if you saw this video, but I posted it on my reels. It was like, oh, which one would you choose? And it was literally just bathing suits.
Okay.
It was just
I
like
think
one,
so.
two, three, four, five, six.
Okay.
And they put community guidelines wouldn't let me post it. So I ended up sending, I tried to report it, nobody got back to me. I had to search online to find TikTok's email, and I emailed them a long email, like a really long email complaining about like, I feel like you're shadow banning me. People have obviously said, I've always heard people say how like, oh, like Black people have a harder time like growing on TikTok because they like ban our content. Like, and it could be the same content of other ethnicities, but it seems to only be towards Black people. And I was like, okay, you know, I always like to experience things for myself. And I realized that, yeah, they are doing this. I sent them a long email. I was saying that, you know, like saying everything. Sent a long email. They didn't reply to me. But then the next day, they posted that same video. Didn't
What?
even let me know. They uploaded it and didn't let me know. And the only reason I realized it was uploaded was because I tried to post another video. I was like, wait a minute, why does this have views all of a sudden? I thought they said community guidelines. And it was the fact that they didn't reply to me. They didn't say anything, but just posted my video because they didn't want to be accused of shadow banning a Black business's content.
That don't
It
make
was
no type of sense.
yeah, and the fact that still nobody from TikTok has gotten back to me, but
That's very unprofessional.
yeah, they see my reports because then I report, I call them out, and then they post the video, you know? Yeah.
There's no like apology, no explanation.
No,
Like
no
that is
reply.
so weird.
And
And I
sometimes
think
I'll
that
even ask, not like I'm reporting saying, oh, like, no, you need to post this. It's like, okay, what was wrong with it? No reply, you know?
because I feel like Instagram would tell you, at least, well, at least I
Yes,
think,
yes. Instagram does tell you.
like
They'll,
you had music or this is too,
yes,
sexual. Yeah,
yes.
that doesn't make sense. Because I was gonna say, oh, like, is it because it's a business page and it's swimwear, but there's swimwear businesses on
Yes,
TikTok.
many of them post like things that I can't even post. I wouldn't post personally. And it's like,
Mm.
why do they, or why are they allowed to post? Why does their content get pushed? And I'm having such a hard time,
And
like
then
even
it's like,
posting
oh,
that.
racism.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's
And then I throw that word out in an email and all of a sudden you want to post my video. It's just irritating, like battling with social media to get my content out, not with like other people, my peers and stuff. Like I feel like everybody's really supportive, but it's like getting support from people you don't know. But in order to get that support, in order to get your brand out, you need to use social media nowadays. And it's like
yeah.
they're fighting me.
Yeah, that's annoying because it's like you want to branch out, you want to promote your business, and TikTok is a great place, one of a great place to go. And I think if TikTok is not cooperating, like how is that gonna that's gonna hinder you from getting more followers, more consumers, and that's annoying. And I don't
It
really know how to. I know some people, like I saw some black YouTubers, they wanted to like ban TikTok and like, oh, I don't go on anymore.
Mhm.
Do you see yourself like just deleting the app, or do you want to like stick through it?
Honestly, I'm the type of person that I just keep trying and keep going. If it doesn't work
Okay.
out, it doesn't. At least I can say I tried, you
Okay.
know. But like, and I explained this to them in my email. I'm like, I love TikTok. I'll scroll on TikTok for hours laughing. So it's kind of upsetting that an app I love so much also kind of hinders me as a business owner.
Right,
And
because
then
as
I
like a
thought about it. I
consumer.
never see black businesses on my For You page. And I was like, wow. After that, after they did that to me, I was like, do I see other businesses? I'm like, wow, I actually don't, which is
I
surprising.
see Addison Rae and Charlie D'Amelio more than I see black businesses, and I don't
Yeah.
even like follow that type of content. So it's like, what is going on? So, yeah, that's very true. I hope that changes because
Yeah, I really
what are black content creators gonna do? You know? So
yeah.
that's very true. My next question: do you see yourself branching out and incorporating clothing that isn't swimwear, such as jackets, coats, blouses, pants, or maybe even loungewear or athleisure?
Okay, so because I'm doing this podcast, I'm gonna give you an exclusive. Um,
Nice. Okay, thank you.
yes, I am actually currently in the works of branching out right now. I've gotten some samples. I do want to branch out into more clothing. I just love clothes. I love to dress. I don't know if you've seen my Instagram, but I want to do right now a second summer collection. I'm not 100% sure what I'm gonna name it now, but it's gonna be more of dresses, two-piece sets, tops and stuff. And that's part of the reason why when I was naming my business, I didn't say like Edna Oks swimwear or Edna Oks swim because I knew eventually I would want to branch out, you know.
Right.
So
You heard it
yeah,
here first, people.
yeah.
That's really dope. That's
So
really
look out
dope.
for that. Yeah, I'm really excited. I got some of my samples back the other day and I really love this one dress and like I can't wait to do the photo shoot for that and then drop it on my
That's so dope. Because I had a feeling that you weren't just gonna do swimwear. I felt like you were
Mhm,
gonna branch out. And I
mhm.
think that's dope. And I think keeping, like you said in your YouTube video, go check that out, guys, on her channel.
Thank you.
You said that you kept the logo and the name very simple, professional. And I
Yes.
think that's gonna help when you branch out, so that, oh,
Mhm.
okay, like this can go on swimwear, but also on a shirt, a
Yeah,
hoodie, or whatever. So I think that's dope. That's dope.
yeah,
And it's
definitely.
so exciting to see people like to see like I'm really excited about this. So it's really exciting to see other people passionate about their business. Like, wow, like she's excited for a sample, which might not mean anything to someone else, but like this
Yeah,
is
I get so
their
excited.
baby.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
really do
dope.
get so excited because before I buy anything or before I sell anything to my customers, I have all the pieces myself, you know? And if I don't love something, I'm not gonna put it out. So I get so excited because I'm like, oh, I love this. Like I would wear this. I can't wait to take pictures in this, you know?
Yes,
So
and you are trying to, get some money, but you want to be able to love what you put out,
yeah,
and not just do it for the money, because
definitely.
it might send the wrong message, or it might not do well, that product. So
Yeah,
that's important.
definitely. And I feel
Uh,
like that's part of the reason why, like, obviously, being a small business owner, when you start off, things are not going to be like, oh, great, millions of dollars of sales. But I feel like that's part of the reason why I'm so happy and content because I didn't start a business to make money. I'm comfortable right now. I don't need money. I did it because that's something I wanted to as a hobby. I really love picking up hobbies. That's part of the reason why I did YouTube, not because I wanted to become big
mm,
on YouTube, but because I like talking, I like making videos, and now I like owning my own business. You know, I like the day to day, the getting things ready, the packaging, the inventory, the getting samples,
the
all those little
process,
things.
the
Yeah,
journey. I
yeah.
love that. That's so dope. What have you learned about yourself so far since starting your own business?
What have I learned? I learned that I may be a little type A when it comes to things. I like things to be the right way. I do
I
a
can
lot of
tell.
research to make sure like things are right, you know. If something is off, like by very small, I'm like, no, I need to redo it again. If I'm packaging an order for a customer and I feel like, oh, like the tag is a little to the left, it's not like
exactly perfect, I'll redo the whole order and make sure it's right, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's something I've learned about myself. I feel like I low key always knew that. It was always in the back of my head, but I don't know. I think, yeah.
No,
Like,
that's good. I think that's gonna help you, and it's gonna be like, oh, because this brand represents you. It's a representation
yeah.
of yourself. So
Mhm.
you want to put out good
Content,
products,
good
that good
content,
content, you
good
know.
everything.
Yeah. So, and I think because if you don't, it's gonna be like, oh, I'm not gonna shop Edna Oaks. I'm not gonna buy that. So that's important that you take the time out to like, you know, this tag, this logo looks good. This tag looks good. The material is good. You know, because that's all
Mhm.
important, like you explained before. Because you don't want people looking crazy at the beach or when they go
Yeah,
outside.
yeah.
That's important. On an episode of her television show Checked In from 2017, firmly on the OWN network, Monique Greenwood, owner of Aquaba Bed and Breakfast Inns, offered Black women in the business world some advice. If you're in business for yourself, make sure that anyone who's in your life has signed on for what you do, because nothing is worse than having people in the front row of your life who aren't cheering for you. I wanted
Mhm.
to ask you, have your friends and family been supportive of your business?
Extremely supportive, and I love all my friends and family. I feel like I would not be able to do it without you. Like, obviously my mom has been like one of the most supportive people ever. Obviously sometimes moms can like stress you out a little bit, but she's been there for me, giving me advice, helping me learn how to sew, like when it comes to my tagging and everything. And my friends, I love my friends so much. Like, I can't even name all of you guys right now, but my photo shoots, the content, it wouldn't have been possible without them. And I always say, I'm so glad that I have friends, and I'm so glad that all my friends are beautiful, because I don't have to sit here and hire models or stress out about that. I know I can just text one of my friends, like, okay, photo shoot this day. Can you make it? You know,
Right.
like when it comes to like content, like sometimes like for example, there's an adult swim trend that's going on TikTok right now, and I was like, oh my gosh, like I would love to be a part of this, but I don't know how I can like incorporate my swimwear into it. And just like having friends that are like, oh, maybe you can do this, maybe you can do that, like kind of brainstorm with me. um I feel like without my friends and family, like it would have been much harder, so I really do appreciate all of them, honestly.
That's so important, because I think if your circle of people don't support you, it's like, like where can I get some extra motivation? You know, where can I
Yeah.
get that support? And I think some people sometimes when you start out crazy things like me doing this podcast, like I had a lot of supportive people, like, come on, like do it, like it's okay, don't be scared, don't worry about being canceled or whatever. And I think the same thing for you. This is not easy. It can be done, but it's not easy, and
Yes.
it doesn't hurt to have some people to be like, yeah, Edna, post this, or like, let me help you with this, instead of you having to do this. And I think yeah, it's important for your people to take you seriously, because this one day could be really big, and you
Hmm.
wouldn't want like new friends popping up out of nowhere talking
No,
about
I'm
like,
gonna remember
oh,
all
can
the
I get,
friends. Yeah.
yes, like, oh, can I get a ride, or can I get this or whatever. So I think that's important, that your day ones and your family support you, help you in any which way that they can. So
Hmm.
that's really dope. Do you have a manufacturer?
I do not have one manufacturer. I have multiple.
Oh,
Um,
okay. I
yeah,
thought it was just one. Okay.
no, not at all. In order to get, for me, in order to get good quality and the best quality, you have to speak to multiple manufacturers. Yeah, I have a lot. Some in California, some from the UK, some right here in New York. Yeah, because I have a lot of pieces. I was actually doing research before starting a small business, and a lot of people say, yeah, start with 3 products. And obviously, I have way more than 3 products.
Yeah.
People think to do even more. So yeah, a lot of manufacturers.
And do you, oh, so they each like this one will make this type of bikini and this one will make the trunks. Is it that kind of thing? Or
Yes.
okay.
It's like, yeah, I don't have a single manufacturer. I know a lot of businesses do that from a single manufacturer, but to me, it's like, quality better than quantity. So if I have to do as much as I have to do to get the quality that I need, or get the products that I like, or get my vision, like, get my vision
Right.
out there, like what I want to be out there, then it is what it is. Yeah.
When you, let's say they you get like a sample, right?
Mhm.
And you don't like it. Does it take a long time to send it back and then get a new one, if that makes sense?
Um, I would never send something back, honestly, which is kind of probably why I spend so much money. But yeah, I'd speak to them. I have a lot of sales agents and like one-on-one people. I don't even know what you call them, sales agents I speak to in a lot of these big companies that are like, okay, no, this product, like you need to fix the sizing. Like this is not a small. My customers need a small, this and that, and they'll
Oh, so
fix
instead of
it.
sending it back, you would just like correct them on the
Yes.
okay,
Yes,
on the phone.
correct them. And yeah, from there, like I was having a problem with one of my pieces where the small was not a small to me. I'm like, it's already bad enough that you guys won't like um help like do extra smalls, because I know a lot of people are extra small. So at least make the small a true small, not like that's too
Right.
big to be a small, you know,
Make it
going
true to
back and
size.
forth.
Yeah.
Yes, true to size, big. I'm really big on that. So going back and forth with them on that and like just making sure that the quality comes out correct, you know?
Yeah, that's important. That's I
Mhm.
didn't know that. Wow. So maybe that might be the way to go. Maybe have more than one manufacturer. So, if one drops out or you don't like one or you have multiple different types of products, you're gonna need, more than one
Yeah, multiple,
manufacturer.
yeah, which I
That's
feel like for me being a small business owner, a lot of small businesses don't have multiple, but I do.
you're different. Sharing, what are some of your goals for your company?
Oh, goals. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of just go with the flow type of person, but I would say I want to become more out there. I want to reach more people, which is something I need to work on and figure out how to do that with the social media hindering me, like how to like,
Right.
kind of branch out more. Another one of my goals is to kind of um obviously I want to do more pieces
Right.
individually, but that's something I'm probably gonna have to do after college because my schedule is already so packed. I mean, it was so hard for us to like do this podcast, and I wanted to do it during
Right.
school.
Because
Um,
you're working, you're in school,
yes,
you're CEO of your own business, and I'm sure there's other stuff that, I don't know
YouTube,
that you're doing.
yeah, YouTube,
YouTube,
social life, business, yeah, it's a lot.
you want to have a social life because we're young, it's summer.
Yeah,
Yeah. So,
it's just juggling everything. Um,
yeah.
but yeah, I hope to be able to get like a good, work, social, like business type of like schedule together in the future, so
And you
that
think,
one is not like too stressful.
yeah. Do you think it'll be like you'll have much more time when you do graduate college?
I don't know, honestly. Like with the way my life's going, I feel like every year I just add something onto my plate. Like last year, I was like,
Let me
I
do
want to do
this. Let me do
something
this.
new. Yeah. So hopefully, I think 2022, I'm gonna take a break year, not start any new projects because I need
Okay.
to like, get better at everything that I'm doing. But hopefully it does get better, balance
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah, I think that's really admirable because sometimes I think being busy but being productive really is a great thing. Cuz
Hmm.
sometimes I'll find myself like, damn, like maybe I need to get another job. Like maybe I need to do something else cuz
Yeah.
you don't want to be home all day doing nothing. Like you want
Mhm.
to be productive and like move into the path of your career, like what's your major, like what you're trying to do in life. So I think it's good to be busy and you make time for the things that you want. So
Yeah.
as long as you develop good time management skills, you will be able to like maybe work on your social life more, like be able to do the fun things that you didn't get a chance to do before.
Sure.
So my last question for you, if you had one piece of advice to someone just starting out their business, what would it be?
One piece of advice. That's hard because I have so many pieces of advice. But I would say do your research. A lot of people get into things and they don't understand the gravity of the situation or how much work it's really going to take. I would say do your research. And it comes to everything. Do your research on how much is it going to cost me to ship out products versus how much is it going to cost me to get the products in. Do your research on your taxes. Like before you start a business, do you understand that quarterly you're going to owe the state? Do you understand that annually you're going to owe like the federal government, Do your research on your products. Don't just get something that is bad quality and sell it out to your customers. Do your research on how to make your website. I had to do research on how to make my Shopify website. I
Yeah,
did
and
the
you have
whole
to
thing
pay
by
for that,
myself.
right, to make your own website. or
Yes, you have to
domain?
pay for the yeah, I had to pay for my domain. Do your research on that, because you don't want to say, okay, I'm gonna call my business this and that name is trademarked or it's already like taken, it's a domain already, you know? So
Right.
it's just a lot of things that you have to do research on. I feel like people become very impulsive and say, I want to start a business, which is fine, but understand that it's not something you can just go into lightheartedly. It's basically a lifelong commitment, you know?
Right.
So
Because you're planning on doing this for a long time. Like it's not
yeah.
just oh, I'm doing this for the summer and then I'm done. Like
Yeah,
I'm
because
sure
then in order to close a business, you have to go through a whole bunch of red tape and paper. So it's like,
really,
yes,
wow.
yes, because
See,
then
all
you
this stuff
can't,
I didn't know. You
yeah,
guys gotta listen.
you can't just say, okay, my business is done, because then you're gonna still owe the government, because the government is like, okay, you still have to file your sales tax. Even
Oh,
if you did not make any money back, you still have to file it so that they know that you didn't make any money back. So it's like you
right.
can't just like close shop, you know?
Just
So
like
you have to,
FAFSA, you didn't work, put
you
$0.
still have to file. Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have to do that. And if not, the IRS is gonna come knocking at your door. So it's just like research. I feel like people
Yes. And you
do.
don't want to be fined or God forbid go to jail. So
Mhm.
that's very
And trust
important.
me, I'm still learning. Just because I'm saying do research doesn't mean I know everything, because I'm still learning. There's still a lot of things I'm trying to improve on. But I feel like for anybody who wants to start a business, it's very important for you guys to know that. Don't get fooled by seeing everybody on social media, because I feel like a lot of people try to gatekeep and make things seem like, oh, it's this way when it's really not, you know? I've always
Yeah.
been big on letting people know what the real is, you know?
Yes.
Letting
Like
them
I watched a couple of like big YouTuber business type YouTube videos. Like they made a video on it and none were as in depth as yours was. Like you went in depth. And I think I'm like, why are they trying to keep this from us? Like, shout out to Edna for putting us on and letting us know what we have to do because some of these big YouTubers or big influencers, they're not telling us all the detail. They just show us like how I came up with the name or like how I came up with the design or whatever, like
Mhm.
very surface level stuff. So I think
Yeah.
that's very important, to make sure that you don't get in trouble, you know the facts, you do your research, educate yourself, and put out just good content, good products to your audience, customers. So yeah, that's very important. Thank you, Edna. I appreciate you
Thank you
coming
for
on the
having me.
podcast, making the time out. I know you've been really busy. You can shop the Edna Oaks Summer 2021 collection at www.ednaoaks.com. Also, be sure to check out Edna's YouTube channel, Edna Oaks, and you can follow Edna on Instagram at Edna Oaks. Be
So
sure-
many notes. It was so nice speaking to you.
yes, of course. Be sure to leave a rating for the Cervantes podcast on Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts. Also, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe on the Cervantes Podcast YouTube channel and click the notification bell up top so you're notified whenever I upload a new episode. Thank you guys for listening. Have a good
Thank
one.
you. Bye, guys.